More now on France and that looming election that could dramatically reshape the future of Europe. French author Bernard-Henri Levy has been writing about the elections and has a strong opinion on Le Pen's chances. Here's my conversation with him.
She will not win. The real point is that she already dictated part of her agenda to the rest of the political class, but she will not win. We will not have in France another Trump election. She is not named Donald Le Pen. She is just Marine Le Pen. She will not be elected.
We'll get on to the similarities and the dissimilarities between France and the US in a second, but even if she doesn't win, and that's what the consensus is now, will the National Front, the Front National, have made huge strides in this election?
Yes, the very fact that she arrives at the second round is very serious. 15 years ago, in 2002, when Le Pen was at the second round, it was an earthquake in France. Today, Le Pen at the second round, everybody finds it quite natural. This is a difference. This is a process we did. What was scandalous 15 years ago is evident today. So, National Front, with all its extremist topics and tendencies, belong today to the landscape, is completely normalized.
Yes, we're seeing this popular agitation, this almost revolt against the elites, against government in Europe and in the United States. You mentioned the parallel with the Donald Trump election earlier, but are the motivations in both places the same?
Motivation is not a fight against elite. Donald Trump is surrounded by elite today, and Marine Le Pen has elite around her. Donald Trump and Marine Le Pen are the most nepotist leaders which we saw since long. Donald Trump has nominated his son-in-law and his daughter. Marine Le Pen has nominated her husband and her niece. So they are exactly as nepotist, as elite, as corrupt, more corrupted, by the way, than the others. Marine Le Pen in France, the National Front, is the most corrupted party in the landscape. No, the workings is different. There is a sort of true extreme rightist, fascist mood which is expressed by these votes. Don't forget, when Donald Trump says America first, he exactly knows what he does. This was the motto, the slogan of the American fascists in 1940 under Charles Lindbergh. And Donald Trump knows it. Marine Le Pen, she knows exactly what she does when she insults the migrants, when she practices her xenophobic policy. And the voters know what they do. They know that they are embracing an extremist, fanatic, racist policy.
And yet, you talk about the similarities, but French labor laws are so different to United States labor laws. The social safety nets are so much greater in the likes of France. Healthcare is universal. France, in some ways, is so much better in terms of what it offers its citizens universally than the US. So the economic motivations behind electing these people do seem to be different.
The two systems are different. Okay, though since the Obamacare, which is a great achievement of American policy, they are less different than they were. In America, you have a system of charities, of churches dealing with the healthcare and so on. So it is two different systems, but it is not night and day. The motivation behind these votes, again, it is a sort of self-hatred. The Americans who voted Trump don't love America. They sort of hate the greatness of America. They hate the American exceptionalism, the shining city upon the hill. This is the motivation of Trumpist electors, voters. Same in France. Those who vote National Front have in their heart the hatred of their country, not the love.
So when you say hatred, let's make it an economic argument. There is definitely a tendency towards economic nationalism. So whether it's a hatred of your leader looking outwards, maybe a jealousy, you want your leader to be looking at you, to be looking after your needs. Do you see this intensifying in other countries?
Not always. Unfortunately, we have so many examples in history where the voters want, wish, and vote not for their good. They may vote for a disaster, for other purposes, for passion. They know, the voters of Marine Le Pen know that if, for example, France goes out of the euro, there will be a diminishing of their power of buying of 30%.
Do you think they do know that?
Of course. It is said on and on all TV channels. They know that. They know that to stop the migrants will freeze the economy. They know that the economic program of Marine Le Pen will increase the deficit of the balance of payment of France. They know that it will be chaos. They know that it will mean impoverishment. They will be more poor. But there is something they want more than to be rich, which is to hate the other, to put the migrants out of France, and so on. People are not always voting for their best self-interest. This is a terrible and sad law of history.